Welcome to the Man Utd stream, hope you're doing well. It's Wednesday morning and we've got lots of transfer news coming your way. Yes, Man Utd are busy and they're going to be busy until the end of this transfer window. We've got lots to discuss. We've got a new midfielder target that Man Utd are pursuing, or that's what we're hearing. And then we've got news on Garnacho and Chelsea trying to lowball United into desperately accepting a bid. That is absolutely embarrassing. It is embarrassing for Chelsea to make this offer. We're going to be discussing what that bid is and why United will not be going anywhere near accepting this bid. And we've got other transfer news coming your way, so make sure you stick around, make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're not already subscribed to the Man Utd stream channel, or you've just come across the channel first time, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest transfer news and more from one single daily dose. Now let's jump into today's show straight away. Let's not mess around. Let's discuss the biggest news in the last 24 hours, and that was for a player called Ruben Amorim. He is from Sevilla. He is a central defensive midfield player. Now, I'm going to hold my hands up and tell you like it is. Look, I've not seen much of this Amorim geezer. I don't know whether he's good or not. I don't know whether he is someone similar to Baleba. I've heard some positives. I must admit, I've heard some positives from the people in the know who say that he is decent. Is he Baleba? No, he's not. Is he good defensively? Yes, he can ball carry. He's a good all-rounder. Sevilla are a decent team, but will he be someone who's going to come in and take the Premier League by storm? Probably unlikely, okay? We're looking at around about 30 million in valuation. He is a stopgap for United. This season, he's a stopgap until United can go out there and get someone like Baleba. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this guy. Number one, let us know if you've seen much of him. Have you seen him play for Sevilla? What do you think he's like? Do you think he's good? Do you think he'll suit the Ruben Amorim system? Or do you think United are now just panicking and going after whoever they can see? I do not want to go and make a purchase like that. Do I want a new centre defensive midfield player? Yes, I do, but only one that can actually play and make a difference. Will this guy actually start over Ugarte or Casemiro or even Menu? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I don't think he would. I've seen his highlights reel, shall we say, and yes, obviously highlight reels are brilliant when you watch these players and this, you see them tackling and stuff, but what are they like over a 90-minute period in a big game? That's what you want to see. And if they're not good or they're not dominating as much as you want, then look, then what's he going to do at United? That's my issue. Let us know in the comments below what you think of this signing, and do you think he is someone that United should be pursuing, or do you think United should just save that 30 million and hold off and go in next season and buy someone like Baleba? Or do you think we should still be making efforts to sign a centre defensive midfield player? Me personally, I still want United to go out there and get a CDM because I don't want any excuses. I don't want any excuses this season where we come out and we hear Ruben Amorim say, well, yes, the team's not doing well and we all know that's because we're not missing a CDM. I don't want any of that rubbish, and I don't want other people coming out and saying, oh, it's because we haven't got a CDM, blah, blah, blah. We need to be confident with this team. We've got the attack sorted. We just need the defensive side of this team sorted. Obviously, the goalkeeper and midfielder being the two big issues. That's what I want sorting out. So yes, United, if they can go out there and get Amorim, go and do it. If he can play a role at this club for even this one season and he does a job for us, I'll be happy. Now, these are early reports. We haven't got anything concrete, so don't run away with the idea that we are definitely signing Amorim. I've not had anything concrete from my sources or anybody else that I can rely on. No, I've just read reports from third parties, not normally the sources that I would rely upon. So take this with a pinch of salt. This could be just a rumour, or it could genuinely mean United are looking at him. We will find out probably in a couple of days, because if United really need to make a move, they'll make it within a few days. He did start for Sevilla, we're hearing yesterday, so he might not be on the radar. It might just be rumours, and we know everyone is linked to United. Every player and his pet cat is linked to United over the transfer window. In fact, we were offered Arjen Rabiot again. Rabiot, yes, that guy that we were linked to 10 years ago is now still on the radar, still finding a club. Apparently he's been sacked or got rid of, and then he's been offered to United. His agent has had the goal to come to United and say, do you want to take Rabiot? Is this a flipping joke? Look, one thing is for sure, Ineos will not be making moves like that anytime soon. We know Ineos have got a completely different structure in place, and the people in the know-how like Wilcox and Barada will not let this happen. The days of the Glazers and their cronies running the place or running the football inside of things are over. Thank God. I just want, fingers crossed, the whole club to be sold to Ratcliffe or Ineos so they can get on with everything as a whole and get the Glazers out of here. And if you want the Glazers out, make sure you hit the like button on this video and subscribe. Now, moving on to other transfer news. Sales. United have been trying to make sales for some time now, since the start of the transfer window, and we've not really made any major sales. And we're on the verge, or we were on the verge of hearing a here we go now for Garnacho. We had Fabrizio Romano come out yesterday saying that this is on the verge of getting complete. Man United have got good relationships, or Omar Barada has got good relationships with the hierarchy at Chelsea, and this deal looks like it's going to get done. Garnacho to Chelsea. But then the figures that they were talking about, 30 million is all what Chelsea are prepared to pay for Garnacho. That's the maximum bid they're going to make, or that's what we're being told. That's an absolute joke. If they think that United are going to accept £30 million for a player like Garnacho, they must be completely off it. They must be smoking something else, because this is ridiculous. We should go in there and make a £20 million offer for Caicedo in that case. What do Chelsea think we are? Arsenal or something, where they can come and pull our pants down and we're just going to stand there and do nothing about it? You can't be selling your own players and valuing them over 50, 100 million, and yet you think someone like Garnacho is worth under 30 million. And this is the same team that are trying to sell their striker Nicholas Jackson for over 70 million. What a bloody joke this is. Look, United cannot accept anything under 50 million for Garnacho. And we've heard the whole thing on social media about Garnacho rejecting Bayern Munich to go to Chelsea. Yes, you heard that right. Bayern Munich came in for Garnacho, or they made an initial approach for Garnacho, and his team simply rejected it, saying that he is concentrating on moving to Chelsea and only Chelsea. That's just ridiculous. What the hell is it with Chelsea and Garnacho? But look, Garnacho, good luck, mate. Good luck. This team is not even prepared to pay 50 million for you. That's embarrassing. You should be having a word with Chelsea and saying, what the hell are you playing at? If you want me and you love me so much and I love you so much, why are you not making a decent offer and getting this deal done? As a player, that's what I'd be thinking. What the hell's going on? Why is this club not sealing the deal? Get it over and done with. If you want me and I'm so important for your future plans, get this deal done. I'm talking about players coming out and making a stance. We had a huge fallout last night with Alexander Isak and Newcastle. It was a social media spat. Yes, it was all over social media. We had Isak make a statement about how he was unhappy with Newcastle not letting him go, breaking promises and all that. It was just so dramatic. And then an hour or so later, boom, Newcastle came back with their own statement saying Isak is not going anywhere. He's not going to Liverpool. He's not going to be sold this season. He's going to be left on the sidelines, and when he's ready, he can return back to the first team. Absolutely crazy happenings, but I can't see it just ending there. I think this is going to roll on till the end of the transfer window. We're going to get more news on Isak and Newcastle and the fallout. Of course, I think it's going to go right down to the wire, and I think Isak will end up leaving Newcastle. Now, finally, in today's show, we are getting some reports that Ruben Amorim is pushing the board to go and make at least 2 or 3 more new signings before the window closes. Ruben Amorim, behind the scenes, is not happy with the way the current squad is looking. It must be the CDM. It must be the goalkeeper. Of course, Ruben Amorim coming out to us and the fans and the press and the media, and he's saying, look, I'm happy with the squad. Of course he's going to say that. But I think behind the scenes, like I said in yesterday's show, Ruben Amorim knows he needs a midfielder. He needs a solid midfielder to sit next to Bruno Fernandes and monitor everything and defensively be the best. And then he also knows that he needs a top goalkeeper. We've heard that the stats for Onana are amazing and he's brilliant, but let's be honest, we know in the actual big games he costs us. Yes, Onana's good in the less pressure situations and in the lesser games, but when it comes to the crux, when it comes to these big games, Onana flaps it, and that's what we cannot have. We need a big game goalkeeper. That's what we need. Drop your comments below on what you think. And we have heard some reports that the board are not fully backing Ruben Amorim on these new signings. They're happy with the current status of the squad and they are not willing to bring any more players in until players are not sold. And that's been the biggest issue right now, hasn't it? We've got rid of nobody. We've not made any money. Sancho's still here. We've got Højlund still sat here. We've got Garnacho still sat here. We've got Malacia still sat here. We've got Anthony still sat here. Everybody that we started this transfer window discussing that these guys will be out of here like a shot are still sat here. United have been absolutely poor at selling these players. Will this come to bite us in the backside again? We will just wait and see. Let's hope that in the last couple of weeks of this transfer window, United can pull out a miracle when it comes to sales and hopefully go out there and buy a few more reinforcements. You're watching the Man United Stream channel, a channel by the fans for the fans.